The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
So I just want to end with this great story. And it's a great story for two reasons. One, as you'll see what happens in this story, but also because the year that we're making this is a Shemitah year, a year of Shemitah in Eretz Yisrael. And this story happened back in May of 2001, which was also a Shemitah year. Now, there was a fellow who lived in Yerushalayim, and he went out in the morning. Maybe he was learning in the kollel or going to work. I don't know where he was going. But he thought for sure that he had left 2 apples in his refrigerator so that when he comes home for lunch, he'll have them. And he came home, and he saw they weren't there. He said to his wife, "What happened? There were 2 apples in the refrigerator this morning." And she said to him, "Well, I gave it to the Ozeret. She just left, and she wanted the apples." He said, "Boy, what did you do? You gave it to the Ozeret. They're Perish Shvius. You're not allowed to give Perish Shvius to a goy." Now, it was the beginning of year Shvius, and I guess the wife didn't remember that. So what would most of us do? Okay, she made a mistake. No. He's going to go down. He's going to get the apples from that Ozeret, who was not Jewish, a Romanian person who was working for them. And he goes down to the bus, but the bus had left 10 minutes earlier. He was waiting for another bus, and he saw that the bus wasn't coming. Now, he knew that she was going to the Tachna Merkazit, because she had to take a second bus. So he gets into a cab, and he gets to the Tachna Merkazit, the central bus station, and he knew where she lived, in Mavaseret someplace, and he knew what bus she was going to get onto. And he goes over, he gets on the bus, and he says to the bus driver, "Look, I'm not traveling, but I think there's somebody here that has something of mine. Just let me go and see if she's on the bus, and then I'll get off." And he says, "Okay, hurry up, because we have to leave soon." And he goes on the bus and he sees her sitting in the back. And he says, "Efo asakit, where's the bag?" And she says, I'll take out, don't touch me. And she gives him back the bag. And he opens up the bag. And not only are the 2 apples there, but the jewelry of his wife, which she stole that day. She was not planning to come back. And that's why she wanted the 2 apples to put them in a bag so she could hide the jewelry that she was stealing. Could you believe that? So because he had that zrizos for the mitzvah of Perish Shvius, not only did he get his jewelry back, but he got the apples back as well. Now, I'm not saying that just because you do a mitzvah with zrizos, you're going to get a lot of jewelry. But one thing is for sure, it was only because he was a zoris that he got his wife's jewelry back. Let's try in this wonderful Yom Iyun to do mitzvahs with zrizos, to get out of the rut and the habit and the routine of just doing mitzvahs just lackadaisically. Let's do it with excitement. That's what this Yom Iyun is all about. Miyala Bahar Hashem. We can do it if we have mentors, if we have opportunities that we learn from and take advantage. Hashem should bless all of you, that you should be able to do your mitzvahs Bishlei Musa in totality. And as Rav Hutner says, that means doing it with zrizos and excitement. Have great atzlacha. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for listening.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org